I used to work at a Caribbean fusion restaurant, and this was the best selling appetizer. Flavorful, crispy, and well spiced. Pair it with any tangy condiment, and you've got a real crowd pleaser. So when I saw snapper colors on special at my meat shop, I knew exactly what I wanted to make. It's crazy how they're a cheaper cut. They're both fatty and meaty, which makes them super tender and flavorful. You'll often see saltfish used for fish cakes in the Caribbean, but really any flaky mild fish works. Just nothing too oily. You can even mix a variety of fish. I have made fish cakes in the past using deeply seared salmon bits with snapper for an incredible flavor bomb. I'm going to lightly season this with just a bit of salt. Season a little at a time early on deeply flavors food, instead of all at once at the end. At the restaurant I used to work at, I would bake snapper fillets low and slow. They were covered and wrapped up tight to trap all the steam, and I would leave them in the oven to cook them gently. That's one way to cook the fish, but for this recipe, I'm using the steamer setup that my pressure cooker has. Steaming is perfect for mild fish like snapper. It keeps them tender without drying them out. You could also poach your fish, or if you want extra texture and flavor, try grilling or pan frying. I'm steaming these for about 8 minutes with the lid on. Then I'll kill the heat halfway and let the residual steam finish the job. And that's it. Those are done. These are extremely tender. After letting the colors cool for a few minutes, I'm going to clean and flake them. Snapper is considered a lean fish, but some parts, especially near the belly, can be surprisingly fatty. Colors are fairly easy to clean. Most of the bones are large and easy to spot. I'm also removing all the skin. Back at the restaurant we use boneless fillets. Once they were baked, I'll just peel off the skin and flake the fish. Easy peasy. I'm trying not to flake these too small. I like my fish cake a bit textured. These colors gave me way more than I was expecting. That's roughly 2 cups of flaked snapper and it's extremely tender. Next, we are going to flavor this up with some aromatics. In my pan, I am starting with a splash of oil. Some fish cake recipes add the raw aromatics directly to the flake fish, but I like to saute them for deeper flavors. Start with about a tablespoon of minced garlic, about 2 tablespoons of chopped onion, 1 stalk chopped scallion or green onion, both whites and greens. Next I have some fresh thyme. I'm going to pull off the leaves and softer bits. Fresh thyme adds those aromatic flavors associated with Jamaican cuisine. Dry thyme does not do the same thing because it's a scam. A couple tablespoons of chopped sweet pepper go in next. Let all of that saute until it's fragrant. Earlier I mentioned seasoning gradually for fuller flavor. I'm going to do the same thing by seasoning our aromatics lightly with a bit of salt and black pepper. Let those get nice and fragrant. A little bit of browning won't hurt either. Those are looking really good, so it's time to add it to the flake fish. I used to saute this with the aromatics, but no more. The best of Scotch bonnet flavors are volatile and heat destroys them. To not lose most of them, I like to add it chopped at this stage. These are very hot, so I'm only adding about a teaspoon. I also have a bit of not so fresh parsley. The leaves were yellowing in the fridge, so this is a nice opportunity to use it up. That's a couple teaspoons of lime juice. That's going to cut through the rich fattiness of the fish. Now for the binder, mayonnaise. Eggs are common in fish cakes, but mayo is more convenient. It adds acidity and brings a bit of extra flavor. I like to use a good quality mayo for my fish cakes. I'm starting with a big tablespoon. Next up, I have some panko or Japanese style breadcrumbs. It's much lighter, flakier and crispier than other breadcrumbs. I'm adding about a cup to our fish mixture. The combination of mayo and breadcrumbs help to bind the fish cake together. Unlike regular breadcrumbs, panko creates a really light fish cake and doesn't give us that heavy bready filler taste. Give it a gentle mix to combine everything. I still want my fish cakes flaky. So at the restaurant, I didn't use breadcrumbs at all. When I cook the sinapa fillet, I would also cook a few pieces of sinapa belly with it. The belly is usually tossed because it doesn't have a lot of meat. What it has though is a lot of collagen. When cooked and cool, the collagen will gel and firm up. I would exploit that and use it to give my fish cake structure without using any breadcrumbs. Give that a test to see if it holds its shape. That could work, but it's a bit crumbly for me. I'll fix it in a bit, but first let's give it a taste. I wouldn't be so excited to taste this if it had raw eggs in it. That is it. I'm adding another tablespoon of mayo and about quarter cups panko. Gently mix all of that in. Test that shape again. That feels good. So let's make some fish cake. I've got a bit of panko to coat these. That's going to give us a beautiful crust when we fry them up. To shape the fish cake, grab a chunk and ball it up. Use the thumb and index finger of one hand to round it out, while the fingers on your other hand control the thickness. I used to make hundreds of these every week, so I've got the muscle memory built up, but honestly it's not that hard to get the hang of. Once they're shaped, they go straight into the breadcrumbs. No egg wash, just using the natural stickiness of the mix to grab the panko. It's always a great idea to test one of your cakes to see how it holds up with frying. You don't want to shape a full batch only to find out that they fall apart when they hit the oil. Oh, looks like I missed a bone. It happens sometime, even with careful picking. Fish cakes are shaped and coated, it's now time to fry them. I'm shallow frying over medium heat, just aiming to brown the outside and build up that crispy crust. These smell so amazing already. Crispy. 2 to 3 minutes on each side should do the trick. In the meantime, I'm going to make a very quick dipping sauce for these. Start with about a cup of mayo. Hot pepper sauce. This is a local brand that's heavy on the vinegar, but something like sriracha would work great here. I'm starting out with a couple tablespoons first because I'm not so sure how hot it's going to be. To lighten this and add more acidity, I'm adding about 2 tablespoons of lime juice. That's about a tablespoon and a half of chopped cilantro from the garden. It adds some freshness and aroma to the dipping sauce. Season with salt and pepper, then mix to combine everything. You're going for something tangy and spicy with bright fresh notes from the lime and cilantro. Taste and adjust where necessary. Turns out this hot sauce is more vinegary than spicy, so I'm adding the rest, another couple tablespoons. Give that a good mix to combine everything. These flavors complement the fish really well. Tangy sauces and fish cakes are a perfect match. That acidity cuts through the richness of the fish and gives you a clean, balanced bite. Think tartar sauce, spicy lime mayo, or even a chili vinegar sauce. It's the same vibe. Alright, our fish cakes are all ready, so let's see how we did. They lost a bit of that crispiness because they were sitting for a little while. These are still extremely tender though. That crust on the fish cake is really good. The panko absorb a lot of the fish cake flavor, so the outside tastes kind of like a nicely seared piece of snapper. That's really delicious on its own. But let's try it with the dipping sauce we made. Yup, that is it. That's super satisfying. Impressive texture. Rich and flavorful, spicy, tangy. No wonder this is a favorite. This used to be the best seller at the restaurant. Now it's yours to try at home. I'll drop some notes and the full ingredients list in the description. Big thanks to our patrons who keep the kitchen cooking, and thank you for watching. I'm Nick and I'll catch you in the next one.